Hi guys, just finished the pre-shuffle and someone found the straw that broke the camel's back and there might be a wedding in the works. Let's see what the reading says. I'll see you there. Hi everybody, welcome to this reading. I hope everybody's having a great day. It's full moon in Sagittarius, baby. It was this morning. It was full at about like 4:45 around there. So I was gonna do it last night, but I decided to wait until we passed over the full moon, the full threshold. So we're in full moon energy. I don't think it matters either way, but that's what I was called to do. So here we are. So pre-shuffle, guys, pre-shuffle. Oh, it's also a blue moon, depending on how you take that definition. Oh, Jesus Christ. I take it as two full moons in 1 month. Yeah. I think they happen more often than we realize. I have to look it up exactly how often. Anyway, when we had our sleepover at the castle that I used to work at, it was a blue moon on Halloween. So that was pretty cool. I think that's pretty rare, I would imagine. Alright, so for you guys today, what came through in the pre-shuffle, we'll see if the reading stays following suit. You had a long road, like exhausting road of having to be strong and really give every bit of yourself. Everything you had to do has been a fight, and whether you're fighting your demons or someone else's, it's almost been like a silent type of battle. Like you kind of go within yourself and you figure out, you're navigating the road and the tough decisions on your own. Now, you might have people around you, but when it comes down to it, and it's like your decisions, your day-to-day life, it's you. That's it. So you're kind of like almost like defiant in a way in your independence. So I think even when someone does try to help you, it's almost like you cut off your nose and spite your face type of thing. You're like, no, I'm good. But it's because you have had to do it alone. You're like, no, I'd rather do it alone than like owe anybody anything or something like along those lines. And you may have kind of isolated yourself in a way by doing that. So even though you might be like successful, whatever that might look like, that could be like you can pay your bills, whatever, you're still not like fulfilled. You still are like, you are finding that being alone with your stuff, even though you're happy and content for all like what it's worth, it doesn't equal that like emotional fulfillment, because that's the only thing that's looks like it's like missing, because you've been fighting. You know, how do you be in battle all day and then go and be able to like love somebody who's not in that battle with you already? You know, I get that. You know, like I said, you have kind of like a quiet independence about you. It's almost like you observe and you act, and you don't necessarily tell people your next moves, and you just do your thing. But I think you tolerate a lot of stuff too. I think you tolerate and you pivot, and you're like, well, whatever, I'll just do this. I'm not gonna argue with this person who's like clearly not gonna hear me, type of thing. Something has happened or is going to happen to be the straw that breaks the camel's back, and you're not going to be quiet anymore. It's going to be an all-out, like, you're at least going to bite back enough to show that you can't be pushed around, even though you're quiet, even though you're, like, stoic in a way. You're like, no, you're not going to push me around. And randomly, I really feel like there's a marriage in your energy. If it's not you, which is it doesn't look like it is, but who knows? You never know. It could be someone very close to you who it looks like they've been wanting this, and this is like a good relationship, a good thing. It would be something like they like deserve. You know, and I don't mean like marriage is like something you deserve, so I'd be careful how I say that. But in this instance, it would be somebody who wants it, and they would feel like this is like, they deserve this. It's like a great relationship. So that's what I have. So let's see what's going to come through for you guys. I feel like it's a great energy coming through. I feel like I have, in my own personal life, unidentified, like, chaos. That's just, like, there's no answer, there's no solutions, just, there's no rhyme or reason. I can just feel, like, the static, like, it's staticky. And I don't know what that's going to bring about, but I can't worry about it until it happens. I wonder if it's the same for you, or if it's, you know, an individual energy shift. Alright, so let's get the vibe, and then maybe I'll pick a spread today. I'm not gonna be all long about it though. Oh, I think I'll do that one. Not now. I think I just want... Oh, you know what? I'll just do a little energy check-in. That's what I'll do. That's what I'll do. Got it. Alright, so let's get the vibe. I think I need one more deck then. We'll see how I do. Thank you, Spirit. Let's have a great reading for my collective today. Let's see what they need to know. That one didn't shuffle right. very well. It was so funny. I saw somebody else, another reader, have these cards, and I have never seen these cards. I got them at a consignment shop, and then I was watching. She came up again one day, and she had another deck that I got at the same time at the consignment shop that I never saw anybody else have. I was like, oh my gosh, I don't have that deck anymore. I don't like it. It's I don't know. It gives me like a little culty vibe, not gonna lie. It reminds me of, I don't know. This came up last time too. Temptation, which is, it's traditionally the devil in regular tarot. So it's those battles, everything you're fighting to push forward in your life. Again, whether it's your battles, addictions, toxic relationships, or if it's other people that kind of put their stuff on you. You know, maybe that's why you're so stoic, because you just kind of take it. Three of water, coming together with community and celebrations. You know, I think this is hitting on your isolation a little bit. I think you're wanting more of that. Temperance. No, it's not temperance. This is transformation. Is death. So transformation, okay. Messenger of water. I think that's, well, I have chills. I think that's, like, this is one of your lessons, my friend. I think it's, not being so alone. And I think you know it too. I think your intuition is telling you, and your heart is tugging on you. And maybe not even, again, this came up with three of water. More of like a community. It didn't even come up as like love, but you need some, like human interaction, I think. And it's getting old. You know, your solo journey in this, on this path. Maybe it was okay for a little bit. You maybe needed to. But I don't know if you know how. I don't know if you know. You know, this is weird. Someone said this the other day. It made me think of, you know, when, I guess when you heal from anything, it's like you never put back the same way you were. You're never the same person you were, no matter how hard you try. You can never go back. You can only go forwards, right? Like if you went back to your childhood home, it would look much smaller than you remember it, like that type of thing. I think for myself, like, because this is, you know, I say it all the time, I don't mind being by myself. I've been by myself for 8 years. It's whatever, you know, but it's very easy to get used to that, because I was thinking the other day, I forget what the reference was someone brought up, but it made me think about, I don't know how to be the carefree person who loves people. I love people, and I love the people I interact with every day, but I mean like a love person. Like, I don't know if I'll ever feel free enough to have someone like you want to run to and like jump in their arms and just be, you know, free. That's the only way I can explain it. I don't know if I'll ever not have trepidation going into it. And that kind of sucks, man, because I have to reference my first ex, my oldest daughter's father. It was just so free. I had no, I don't know how to explain it. No, like, I don't know, self-esteem issues, or, you know, I didn't have to think twice about doing anything for him. Like, that type of thing, you know? So it might be like that. You might be feeling like that for you, and your intuition might be telling you, like, hey, listen, you're gonna get stuck like this if you don't change the way you're living your life. You're just gonna continue to do the same thing. Yeah, and it's strength, you know, your independence. Yeah, you're independent, you're strong, and you're gonna die on that cross. Like, here lies this person, they were independent and strong. Great. But I feel like that's what you have to hold on to. You're like, but if I don't hang on to this, it's like part of your identity. Like, I've done this myself, that's who I am, this is what I do. It's almost hard to hand over the reins to somebody else for what, and you're not. You're not, but I feel like that's how you feel. Letting anybody in is taking away from you as a whole. And it's not that way. It may have felt that way before, because you may have been people who took from you. Like, took from your soul. And once that happens, it's very hard to be like, okay, let's try it again. Yeah. Yeah. The Emperor, still, that, yes, you're the Emperor. Let's see. You know, the other way this just came through also is, someone is around people they shouldn't be around. You're around people who are influencing you, who, you know, trigger your temptations. Yeah, they tempt you, like, whether it's like drugs or drinking or partying or whatever, you know. You're not around good people, and you know this, and you're having a hard time breaking free of them. But as long as you're around them, you're never going to be independent because you're going to be codependent with this group. One of you has a group that's codependent on everybody is codependent on each other. It could maybe it's family. There are some toxic ass families. Alright, we're going to do a little energy check-in, past, present, future. Again, everything's already pre-shuffled, but, you know. Alright, Spirit. We're going to pull 3 cards for the past first. Tell me about collective's past, what's causing to be so introverted. Seven of Swords. So you've been betrayed, clearly. There's been some, betrayal and deception. Too many, please, Spirit. Maybe I should just lay him out. Yeah, if I don't get one in this corner, I'll just lay it. Alright, Spirit, building off of the Seven of Swords, I'm going to pull out the remaining 2 cards. You know what, I'm sorry, I'm not feeling these cards. I feel like if I pull it, I have to pull them all. This Judgment that just popped up. and something notable. Alright, so King of Wands, we have the King of Wands, Knight of Pentacles, the Fool, and then something notable that happened in Wheel of Fortune. So this was life-changing, whatever this was, in the most recent past. Maybe this is the Camel. So, I don't know if this is where we'll put aside the Magician and the High Priestess and the Five of Pentacles. Whatever happened really, almost made you, lose faith. I'm getting, like, you, feel like you don't have the tools to connect with, like, your higher self. Or you're trying to. Sorry. Ten of Pentacles came out. Okay. What I'm gathering from this, so King of Wands. You know, he's passionate. I feel like he's like a popular king. You know, he's jovial and yeah, life of the party type of, you know, king, but can rule. He's like your kind of almost like your buddy, but he will like burn it down if he has to, right? On the flip side, passionate. The reverse will be very very passionate, let's say, right? Okay. Definitely, but sitting in your power. Knight of Pentacles, I feel like, you know, again, look at the Independent walking on this road by yourself. It's a long road. Like, you know, you're working towards everything one step at a time. Nothing's bad. Everything's moving forward. But now you're taking like a step back again, to kind of figure out what, you know, what to do next. What is the next steps? What is it that you need to continue on with this journey? You know, and it's time for change. You know, I don't think you have a choice. I think it's coming in, and this could be. Oh, I have chills again. You know, it's definitely about like your you know, your best life, your generational wealth. Again, I think that's ultimately like what you want, and you're like, but how do I do like both things? Not just the 9 of Cups of self-fulfillment, not just the 9 of Pentacles being independent. How do I like mesh those two? How do I mesh my independence and like a family? How do I do this? And I think you know, realizing that this is what you're working towards, I feel like you feel a little lost as to how to go about it. And I think you're trying to, like, I don't know, pray, or you're trying to, like, get in touch, like, do, like, shadow work or stuff like that, or, like, your inner child, I don't know, and that's what, yeah, that's what you need to do, but I feel like, you're, like, doubting whether anything's working or being heard. Four of Pentacles. Yeah, it's kind of, it's like you have everything you want, and you're just kind of like almost like hoarding it just in case. Like, this is building your foundation, yes, but you're almost like again, no, this is mine, I'm not going to share it. It's like learning how to share is going to be something that is beneficial to you. You know, I think it's like you have the tools, but you have to pay attention and learn first how to use them. Or it'll be just useless. If you have a drill and you don't know how to use it, it's a paperweight, right? So I think you need to learn how to flow like the High Priestess. And then it'll start to make sense. I wonder if you met somebody who, like, inspired you to even start thinking this way. You may have. King of Pentacles. You're trying to be more grounded and responsible, and King of your castle. What's going on right now? What's going on right now for collective? Yeah, maybe you met a high priestess also. It made you think a little different. You're like, I don't want to be a player no more. I feel like it was, yeah, I was just going to say that. You were more defensive than anything else. Alright, so right now, you're the Emperor and your Emperor power. You know, that was the bottom of the deck in the first one. So, again, I've said all along, you're fine. You're standing in your power. I think this is all internal. For the most part. And you're, you know, I think tending to the garden a little bit. Pulling some weeds and trying to see what can grow, because it was kind of it's a little lackluster right now. So the way you have to pull the weeds is to go within yourself and start refining your tools. So I think that a lot of it is whatever triggered this thought process, it does have you kind of going within and doing some landscaping. Nine of Wands, yeah. It's I think you had gone along, everything's good, everything's great. You know, you've gained all this experience, you're good, you're stable. King of Pentacles kind of nodding to that too, but something made you realize how exhausting it is and how much you really had to like crawl to get here. I think when you're in it, you don't realize it, right? And you're having those thoughts, how do I share this load with anybody else? It's hard. I think the hardest thing for you to do is to, like, be vulnerable. And I think you come across as the Emperor, but you're really the Hermit. Yeah, I think you're realizing you have this whole field to do all by yourself. I think you have definitely had some, like, insight from your guides whether you recognize it as that or not. But like, random thoughts or random ideas, or the moon. I think you're I think you're kind of intimidated by the unknown, something that you can't do the checks and balances for. You can't see your review. Yeah. Nine of Cups. You're feeling the urge to go after something you love. Not just that, like, you need. Alright, let's wrap this up with a little peek into the future, the near future. Back in the 90s, we didn't have GPS. Don't forget that. If you're from such a time, you kind of just had to wing it, right? I don't even know how I got to half the places I did. I think about it now, I'm like, how did I even know where that was? I don't know. I do not know. I don't know the answer to it, how we knew where some of the places we went were. Because it doesn't make sense. We just did. So yeah, you might just have to wing it. And just trust your heart, trust your intuition, listen to your guides, start learning your tools, meditate. I think the tools you need to learn how to use is, again, your intuition, trusting in yourself, not having to have all the quote-unquote facts of something first before you make a decision. You're safeguarding everything. Isolate you. Temperance. So you got balance, patience, the flow, earth angel vibes, combine the alchemy of things, let's see, Eight of Cups. Yeah, walking away and going off in search of your missing cup, your fulfillment. And Page of Swords. I think you have a realization, I think you got some truth knocked into you, that you can't lie to yourself anymore. And I think you're taking heed and moving forward with that. Like I said, I think that's that could be part of the, like, you're not going to stay quiet anymore about anything. I think temperance, I think there's a balance between everything too. Don't forget the lessons you've learned, right? You've learned them for a reason. Three of Swords. Yeah, something significant. I think it's saying something significant to note is to don't get stuck in your head over past heartaches. It happens. It could happen again. But you're wiser. You are very independent. You can walk away from any situation and be 100% fine. Right? You have nothing to worry about. Either way. Regardless of what you do or who you're with. Yeah. I think the inner work you're doing, learning that the answer's within you with the Hermit, right? Right now in the current energy is going to bring you to the balance, the peace and balance of the Temperance. And then you'll have a clearer idea of what it is that will make you feel whole, make you be fulfilled. And you have the wisdom and enlightenment and truth to go get it. Now again, whatever that is to fulfill you, I feel like it is family. But whatever it is for you that makes you feel like that's your, generational impact on the world and others. Four of Wands, Queen of Swords. See, the Four of Wands, I came up earlier, but it came up earlier with the Four of Wands, the Hierophant, Justice, and something else. I was like, oh, so a wedding? Maybe this is a nod to the wedding. Four of Wands can also be like your stability. You got to like this checkpoint. If you're, well, masculine or feminine, perhaps this is, your counterpart in a way, even though you haven't come up as swords, you come up as wands, and I believe you came up as the Emperor. But I think perhaps, male or female, whatever, if this is your counterpart, this is someone who's going to balance you and who is intelligent and smart and sharp and can, I think you're going to trust them because I think they're, intellectual. And a good communicator and truthful. Yeah. So I think if that's the person if it's true for you that this is the wedding for you, I think that's what it is. It's your intellectual counterpart, and you end up being able to trust them eventually, and then you love them. Yeah, I think it's that. I think you have to fall in love with their mind first. Which is perfect, right? I mean, what's better than that? Please fall in love with my mind first. King of Pentacles, again. So that would make sense. If you're trying to be, like, grounded and, good with your money and still be independent and moving forward, you need a queen with a sharp mind. Queen or king counterparts again. That's awesome. No, it's really good. Let me grab you guys an oracle. I got a new oracle deck too. And then we'll call it for this one. But I might do another one later. I have to go to the grocery store. But I don't really have anything else to do today. So, maybe I'll be back. that's what I think it's going to come down to. It's going to come down, if you're still, you know, so closed off, it's just going to come down to really putting in the work into yourself, not waiting for someone else to do it for you, or give you the answer, or come up with like a change of scenery and make you feel like things are different, right? Because that's the thing too. You really need to do the work. That's why it's just been like switching houses and everything's the same. Yeah, if you don't do the work, it's not going to work. So I think it's going to come down to just doing the work, and then just being sure, taking your time and making sure it's the right person or situation or job, or, you know, just, yeah, make sure everything checks off the boxes. Just don't be crazy about it. Like, you know, find some balance. You don't have to let everyone in, you don't have to push everybody away, you know, it's like, you know, use your discernment. That's what it's for. That's what the lessons are for. And that's what the lessons are for, is so we can navigate these situations and make a good decision, better and better as you go on. Not just be like, I'm not going to do anything. That's the way I can't ever be wrong. Like, no, that doesn't really move you along in life. That kind of just keeps you where you are. In the same like neighborhood you grew up in, and not that anything's wrong with that either. That's what I'm saying. But if it's not what you want, it is. Anchor. Stability, security, and grounding. A symbol of being firmly rooted, feeling safe, or finding emotional and physical steadiness amidst change or chaos. Yeah, you can stay grounded. As long as you stay grounded. There you go. As long as you stay grounded, you throw your anchor in the water. You can navigate the seas. Whether it's a full moon in high tide, or if it's a new moon in low tide, whatever the case may be, you have the tools. You're doubting yourself just because you haven't had to use them, because you've been isolated, so you haven't had practice. So you're probably just a little rusty. Once you do it, it'll be okay. Yeah. Is there any more? One more oracle for collective. We have burden, emotional or physical weight or load, a task or responsibility that can be overwhelming. And change, transformation, adaptation, shifting from one state to another. Yep, that's what we're doing. You're going to drop that anchor. You're going to empty out that luggage, get rid of all your burdens, and transform into the lighter version of yourself. That's not so, you know, heavy. And afraid to, I guess, live life a little more. There's so much you can do. Alright guys, I think I'm good for now. I hope you had some insight or info or messages that were helpful. And like I said, I'll try to do another one later on. I really love to do it, so even if it's just a little time for myself every day, you know. Well, like and subscribe if you're feeling my vibe, and I will see you on the next reading. Bye guys.